Okay, so once you have all of your entities determined, you know what relationships they have with each other, or at least that there is a relationship. You can first arrange them on the page so that you can see them, the lines aren't crossing, and it just makes visual sense. So here you can see that department, employee, and project all have lines in between them. Dependent is only connected to the employee, so we want to kind of shove that off to the side a little bit. Simple. Your next step is to determine what type of relationship exists between each of your entities. This is called cardinality. So this shows whether you have a one-to-one, one-to-many, or many-to-many type of relationship. What do these mean? So if something can only be assigned to one thing on each end of the relationship line, that is a one-to-one relationship. For example, if you're in a monogamous relationship, each partner one can only be in a relationship with partner two, right? Whether that's husband or wife or whatever. You can't have one husband and many wives. You can't have one wife with many husbands. That's a one-to-one. If you have a one-to-many, that means that, well, in this example, one department has many employees in it, but each employee can only be assigned to one department. A many-to-many relationship means that, for example, one project can have many employees on it, and each employee can be on many projects. So the way that we show the many side of this is with what's called crow feet. They kind of look like little M's too. So if that's a way for you to remember it, there are multiple ways, like different programs and such depict this in different ways, but this is the style that we are going to use, which we'll talk a little bit more about later when we talk about the full ERD. But this is a pretty basic style, and it's really visual, so it's easy to understand. So when you're assessing your business rules, what you want to look for is just asking yourself that question of entity A, how many is it? Can it just be one? Can it be many? How many things are assigned to it? And then go back the other way. So each employee is assigned to one department. Each department has many employees. Each department has multiple projects, but each project is only assigned to one department or not. We actually don't know. So I at first thought one, but I've worked on projects with multiple departments associated. So I ended up putting crow's feet on it because we don't know for a fact for this company. Projects have multiple employees. Each employee has multiple projects. And each employee can have multiple children, and a child could have multiple parents working at the company. And again, that's one of those things where instinctually you might have considered it a one-to-many, but if you have, it's rare, but you could have a couple working that have children, and so those children do need to be assigned to each employee. So when you're thinking about a project, you want to think of those and then draw this out and then go back to your stakeholders and ask them those questions of, hey, are all projects just assigned to one department, or is there like a department owner or something, or do we need to assign it to multiple? And having those questions fleshed out is a really important step in the planning stage.